Now you can add the leading lines. They come straight from the vanishing point, almost like a V shape. So 2 come from below the horizon line and 2 go up above the horizon line. And there's one more that comes off to the left of the page. Now we're going to add the trees. You need to use the back of the pencil, so you're just using the rubber. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now you start with the trees further away and they go from one leading line to another. So when they are further away, they are closer together and thinner. As they come towards you, they are wider and further apart, as you can see. So that one's further apart, and it's going from not the horizon line, but from the top leading line to the bottom leading line, all the way. And this one would fall off the page, so we're just going to do a nice wide one for the end tree. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add on some branches. So going upwards from the trunk of the tree, they're reaching upwards like arms, reaching up toward the sky. You can do this on each of the trees. It's time to add the leaves now. So you're going to use the side of the charcoal and you're going to do a large dark area in the dark V at the top of the page. So these are going to be the leaves, and they are reaching toward the back of the trees, all the way back to the vanishing point, coming all the way toward us at the top of the page, and they're going to go onto the branches. So I'm shading in nice and dark, and then I'm going to add fingerprints just to create like leaf-like shapes and a little bit of movement as the Impressionists would have created. I'm also going to use some charcoal, and I'm going to use a putty rubber and the back of the pencil. This is where I'm using small dashes, and that's to create a little bit of movement, just like the Impressionists would have done. So they're small dashes, almost like small smile lines, and not really much bigger than very, very small, around an inch long. Now we're going to add some shadows. So imagine that the sun is on one side of your trees, so that tree will be blocking the sunshine. So on the left hand side you will have the shadow, and so I want you to take the charcoal, use the point of the charcoal, and do just one side is going to be outlined in black, including the branches. This is to start giving it a little bit of a sense of three-dimensionality. Can you see that I'm adding in the dark just on one side? Now the shadow, I'm going to think about where's the shadow going to go. All the shadows from the trees are going to be going in the same direction. So in this case, it's going diagonally across, right from the base of the trunk of the tree. So I'm bringing it across the page, using my wrist to push across the charcoal. I'm going to do it on both sets of trees. I'm not going to let my shadow go across each tree. This might go behind the trees. once I've added my shadows in, I'm going to start adding some dashes for the leaves that may have fallen off the trees. I'm thinking it might be more of an autumnal kind of landscape around this season now. So I'm adding the little dashes with the side of the charcoal. Normally I'm using the point of the charcoal, and now I'm going to add a few little figures. They're longer than stickmen and their heads are going to be a bit smaller than stickmen, and I'm going to give them a couple of shadows, so they're going to be quite small in comparison to the trees to give a little bit of a sense of size and scale. Now I'm going to go on my last leading line. I'm starting to add a house. Now the roof is going in the same way as the other leading lines, so the top of the roof would actually join up to the vanishing point. I'm going to add in some trees as well, and if there's anything that you'd like to add in, you can. Just start thinking about size and scale, because everything in the background is going to be a lot smaller than the trees, which are coming right towards you and should be the largest thing on your page. I'm also going to use my pudgy rubber, start thinking, have I got enough leaves in? I can create some different sense of tones. So some areas might be lighter, some areas might be darker, because I don't want everything to look the same and merge into one grey scale. There needs to be a variation of light, medium tone and really, really dark shadows.